Today, guys, I'm going to be giving you a beginner's guide to Sailor Piece here inside of Roblox. This is going to basically show you everything you need to know about this game, especially when you're starting off, and the best beginner guide that I can possibly give you. So before I get into this video, I will be gifting a bunch of game passes. So if you guys do want to enter and win, all you guys have to do is leave a like on this video, comment your username down below, and do make sure you hype the video. All you guys have to do to hype the video is click on screen, and you guys can basically do that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get right into this video. So when you spawn in, this is going to be the starter island that you spawn in on, and there's a lot to do on this island, even though it's just the base beginner island. Obviously, I'm only level 900, so I'm definitely a beginner, but there's a lot that you need to do on this island, and then I'll kind of show you some progression on other islands and just important things you need to know as a beginner. So the very first thing is when you spawn in on this island, you're going to see a couple things. You're going to see this katana dealer right here. Getting $2,000 will be very, very easy considering I have, almost 1 million, and I've pretty much done nothing except just farm a couple of different islands. So that is really easy to get. You'll get this katana off the bat. Make sure to get this. It's very, very good. Then the next thing we have is these little NPCs over here. Obviously, I can just go ahead and crush them very easily. I don't really have to do too much to do that. So when you first start off, what you're going to want to do is farm this area right here. And when you do it, activate this quest. That way, when you actually kill them, so let me just evade this, boom, it's going to pretty much give you instant just free rewards. So once we kill this last one, boom, that's another quest completed, which if you check your inventory is going to go ahead and yield you with some pretty interesting items. These are just the ones I've saved up so far. So there's things like the common chest, which if you open will give you gems and money. So as you can see from just one chest, we have enough to buy the katana, which is why I said buy the katana, because it's super easy. It's, affordable to buy. And I'll start getting into races and classes and all this stuff that you can do in the game as you kind of advance further on. So basically just farm this area, get a bunch of money, then go to your stats. I kind of have mine unbalanced. I didn't really mean to do this, but you can see on the side, we have our melee is just going to be combat right now. We have a sword, which is a katana. Our power is light. And then our race is mink, which I'm not really sure what that is, but 25% jump speed and 25% height. I'm going to definitely try to get a better one than that because this doesn't really do damage. But then we have no accessory on right now, no clan, no rune, but we have a trait. So I'm going to show you how to get all of this stuff and how to activate it. And then also obviously how to progress pretty fast out of the game. There also are these little guys over here, and these are pretty much quests that you can go ahead and do. But they are on the first island, but you need a bunch of other stuff where you can even do them. So there's 3 of those NPCs right there. So you can kind of look at that. So then once you've kind of upgraded your stats so that you can easily fight these guys and one tap them, you'll be able to kill them really fast. Now, the next thing is if you've never played a game like this before, you actually have some special ability moves that you guys can go ahead and use. So if I go ahead and click Z, it's going to do that and basically kill all of those. And then you can have X. Now it depends on obviously what you have, but this one follows my mouse wherever I go. And then by killing these, we can sometimes get random things like the hockey color reroll, which is what we got this time. So farm over here, get a bunch of stuff, complete this quest over and over again, farm that quest, and then buy a katana. Then here, just farm the boss a couple times, do the boss quest. I still can't even hit this guy one try, so I still have a lot of work to do. Let's see. I might be able to do it with just my bare hands. Yeah, I am able to do just my bare hands because I've upgraded so much. We do 7,000 damage. So yeah, now you'll see that there's group rewards. A lot of people highly recommend claiming these. I've seen a ton of videos where people mention, claiming those. So if you're thinking about it, I would go ahead and just claim those up. But yeah, after that, you can go ahead and teleport to a bunch of different worlds. I'm going to show you some very, very important worlds you need to go to. So the second one is going to be the jungle world. You can just run to this. Because that's spawn. So you can run over to the jungle world. This is where it's going to get interesting because even I am still kind of in this world because, obviously I'm killing these mobs. So this is where it's going to give you millions of XP. You're going to earn a pretty good amount of money. There's also a little mob up here that we can go ahead and kill. So this is where we're going to want to progress to next. As you can see, this guy is still doing a ton of damage to me. So there's that. Now, this world's pretty good for just farming money, getting more XP, and leveling up. But the important area that you need to know is the Sailor Island right here. Now, this island is where we're going to get a bunch of trait rerolls and all this different stuff. So you're going to see there's actually bosses inside of here. This one spawns in a 1 minute. Then you're going to see there's a bunch of boss stuff right here, which you can kind of just ignore for now because unless you're trying to do bosses. In here is a very, very, very important room because you can see we can get titles. Now, titles can actually give you more money. So the collector title right here literally gives me 15% more XP, 25% more money, and 20% more gems just by having this. And there's a bunch more to unlock throughout the game, but obviously these titles are very, very important, especially if you're trying to make a lot of money. Then we have storage. So if you want to upgrade your storage, you can do that. Then we have traits, which I've already rerolled. You get trait rerolls up here, and there's actually a pity system. So if you do, 400, you will eventually be guaranteed to get a mythical. And then you can actually see your index over here. We have breaker, and as you guys can see, that is a 5% chance. And it gives us more XP and more damage. Overall, not too bad. And then we have more that we can reroll, and you could obviously auto reroll as well. All right, so the next thing we have is a stat reroll, which this costs gems, and there is a pity system in this as well. So you can obviously reroll this. So if I want to reroll individual stuff, I can, I believe, if I just click on this. So yeah, you can do stat rerolls. The next thing we have is the fruit coin dealer, where you can buy fruit. So here's the bomb fruit. Like there's a bunch of fruits that you can get in this game. This guy's currently fighting a boss, it looked like. I don't know if I can help him. Oh, I just got one top. That's awkward. As you can see, I'm not super high level in this game, but again, I am just giving you the basic starter guide to this. So let me head back in here. We have the gem fruit dealer, and then we have titles. Merchant, you need to be level 1000 to use, which I haven't unlocked yet. Coin fruit dealer, and then stat reroll. So that's very important there. Now let's talk about the ascensions. Obviously, you can kind of like a rebirth once you these requirements, which I'm getting somewhat close, but yeah, those are important. Then you can obviously get these rewards like times 10% money, 2% K CDR, and then 5% luck. So all of these are a bunch of rewards that you guys will get as you ascend. Now there's a bunch of other stuff that I'll show you, like skill trees and all of that. So if we go over to the portal, which I don't know where it actually is, maybe it's over here. Yeah, here's the, if we travel to, I believe, not, I don't know if it's this island. Actually, I don't think it is. There's no island. There is stuff on this island like artifacts though. If you want to unlock artifact, again, you do have to pay for artifact. And then we have artifact milestones, which you have first have the normal artifact unlocked to even be able to view that. All right, then if we head over to, there's another island with a bunch of other stuff like skill trees. I don't think this is it, but there may be some good stuff over here. Yeah, over here we have the observation hockey trainer, which is important. All right, here's the next island, and this is the island with the skill tree. This is called the slime island. And if we look at this, you can see we do have the skill tree, which again, you do have to be a pretty high level to even be able to unlock. So I do keep that in mind. Then we have this guy right here, which will summon bosses and stuff like that. So there's a lot to this game, obviously. Make sure you have your stats and all of that. But yeah, that is pretty much all for this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. It's just a basic little guide to game. If you guys did enjoy, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Helps out the channel a ton. We're on the road to 250,000 subscribers. So it would mean a lot if you guys did subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.